Yeah, and as we are in the lobby right now, we are seeing that this is going to be a PvC.
Oh, yes, another PvC on Cloud Kingdom.
It's quite interesting watching lower level PvC because they generally don't go as you planned.
Well, there's a saying in armed combat, which is how long does your plan stick? Until the first engagement, then just free base.
Yeah, I mean, being a Zerg player, I know that you have to adapt to almost any situation that your opponent throws at me.
Yeah.
For instance, if you're a Protoss player and you're facing me and you open Stargate, I mean, I have no choice but to build extra queens or build extra spores or like some way of that. But I mean, this is a lower league player, and I have no idea what builds this player
As you
might
can see
have.
on your screen right now, our challenger is not named Highwind, but he is named Challenger, and he is in the league to be announced. He's deceiving us, I feel.
So we might actually have a Grandmaster player in the room.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, in the down left corner on Cloud Kingdom, we've seen a lot of Cloud Kingdom today.
Yeah.
Anyway, the toss player in the red trunks, give it up for vMGSholdar. Yeah.
And in the top right, we have our blue Zerg player, our challenger of the evening. Give it up for Highwind.
Yeah, I actually think I remember that Highwind is another one of those in-house gamers. He's studying computers here at KTH.
That is very possible, given the receivement he just got.
The crowd response definitely speaks to that. So, Shoulder seems to be going fast expand of some sort.
Yeah, we see that pylon indicating he wants to put down a fort, building that wall off very early on. And he hasn't put down a fort yet, indicating that there is no intention of a cannon rush. So,
yeah,
I mean, this is just shaping up to be a pretty ordinary game.
Yeah, nothing spectacular to report quite yet. He does put down the fort. Highwind is trying to expand, I think. No, he is not.
He's going for that 15 pool. I would myself put down the pool at 14, giving me the opportunity to throw out those Zerglings a little bit earlier against these pylon blocks that Shoulder is putting up. And I don't know, he is pulling 2 drones, but now he just went back with one of them. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
but I mean, he seems quite.
Shoulder blocked the natural expansion with a pylon and is actually blocking the third as well for Highwind. So Highwind will not be able to expand at it. Oh, and he's putting down another pylon.
Oh, that is
he's
so
forcing
annoying.
Highwind onto one base play here.
That is so annoying for Highwind. Highwind creating 6 links.
Just to take down those pylons, of course.
Yeah, and 6 links is a lot of links, especially for just cleaning up pylons. And if I were Shoulder right now, I would just be another pain in the ass and put down a cannon just because, well, I can. And but he isn't going to do that. I think we're going to see a gateway here in his natural, just cleaning up.
No, you know what? I got an idea here. I got an idea watching this. I'm not a Zerg player, so you're going to have to stay with me here and help me out.
Yes?
What if you go 15 hatch, and then go 15 hatch?
Yes.
And then go 15 hatch?
Yes.
And then go 14 spawning pool?
Yes.
You're going to get a lot of minerals that way.
No.
Of course, you're going to expand everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, when you put down your base, the base is a liability until you have produced enough workers to give you more money than you put into it. For instance, a base is not worth or give you any income unless it has given you more than 300 minerals as a Zerg player.
I feel you're nitpicking. I'm going to go home and try that tonight.
Do it.
So, Highwind has taken 2 expansions, but he's been forced to take that, which is usually the 5th base, as his 3rd. Is that harder to hold for you as a Zerg?
I would say so, but I mean, when I'm trying to hold my 5th base, it's in the super late game where the Protoss player has his 4th, And I mean, that's just walking distance to my 5th. But right now, I wouldn't say that it is under a lot of pressure, really.
Well, no, I guess not. Shoulder is scouting yet again. And you can see that Highwind has still not taken gas, and we're 6 minutes into the game. Oh, there he takes the gas right away. So, what is Shoulder doing?
Shoulder is continuing to produce workers. He is having a great saturation in his main, working up that natural, taking 1 gas geyser. I'm thinking he's going for some kind of all-in, just based off the, well, the gases. I mean, now it's Stargate.
Oh, fast Stargate. Exciting. We haven't seen this a lot tonight.
It's actually an excellent choice for Shoulder.
Yeah, he knows that Zerg is weak against air in the early game.
Yeah, and especially when you delayed both expansions, putting the economy back.
Yeah, he delayed both expansions, and Highwind took 3 bases earlier. So yeah, he's going to be behind.
And Highwind not doing the ordinary thing as a Zerg player. At around 7:15 to 7:30, you want to put down a Roach Warren and an Evo Chamber. This gives you the opportunity to protect yourself against Workgate timings, Immortal timings, and Stargate timings. But he just put down the Roach Warren, no Evo Chamber.
No.
So if... Oh, and we see Phoenixes being produced right now.
Of course, he can only build 1 at a time, and he's got ground weapons level 1 coming up as well. So it seems he's doing a bit of both, actually. But Highwind is suiciding, and Overlord is going to see everything, actually. He's going to see the Phoenix right as it pops out.
Yeah, and he's producing 2 Evo Chambers right now. And, I mean, I think he's under a lot of pressure. I wish we could have some kind of heart rate monitors, because that would be really exciting. I remember once where a certain competition formed in Sweden had that. And I mean, watching players' heart rate while watching them play a game, that just adds to the fun.
Yeah, what tournament was that, you say?
It was DreamHack Winter 2011.
Yeah. Oh, of course, and DreamHack 2012 starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see those heart rate monitors again? I would like to.
I would enjoy seeing them. I am not expecting them. But if we go back to our game, we see Shoulder moving in. No, just flying around with his 3 Phoenixes.
Yeah, and he's building a Void Ray at the same time.
That's really interesting. He's looking to get a 4th base, actually. If we take a look at this probe dancing at his 3rd.
3rd base, you mean?
Yeah.
So, Shoulder is taking 3rd and is roaming around with those Phoenix. He's not going to be able to do a lot of harassment, but what he can do is take out a lot of Overlords. He has already supply blocked the Highwind once, and I think he's going to continue doing so.
Yeah, and as we see Highwind just pushing out those workers, and if we take a look at Highwind's main, it's really oversaturated. There he goes off with them. And back to Shoulder's 3rd, we see a little bit of roach pressure, but there's actually only 1 roach that's attacking.
Oh, and Shoulder is working on the take down the Queen, but now he reveals a Void Ray and drives those roaches away. So Shoulder is able to take his 3rd, he's killed a Queen with those Phoenix, but I don't think they paid for themselves quite yet.
The Phoenixes?
No.
They actually did, if you think of it. They have forced to build another Queen.
Yeah.
They have forced non-existing larva injects to disappear.
Yeah.
So his production is down for a bit. He has forced supply blocks, which also puts him behind in building. And he's forced a lot of spore crawlers. So it might not be good economically, but it has given him time. And here we see Highwind trying to poke into the 3rd of Shoulder.
So, Highwind is building both a Spire and an Infestation Pit. The Infestation Pit may be just to go up to Hive and continue doing those upgrades, but I do feel we're going to see some Infestors in this matchup.
Yeah, and this is actually an excellent tech route for Highwind, seeing as Shoulder has put down his Robotics Bay to produce those Colossi.
Well, Highwind has a lot of geysers, but he's not mining from many of them, and he just now took his 4th, so he's trying to stay 1 base ahead of the Toss player, of course. And a couple of years ago, you used to always say that Zerg need to be at least 1 base ahead of Terran and Protoss to have an even match.
Yes.
But lately there's been a lot of talk of that not being necessarily true anymore, with the infestors being so effective and as they are explored more and more. Any thoughts on that?
With the current opening that Zerg has against Protoss, and with the ability to just take another expansion, I really don't see any reason to actually go 2-base against a 2-base Protoss. Because if you can pump out a lot of drones, if you can pump out a lot of units and hold, there's absolutely no reason to give up that mineral advantage just to maybe holding with a couple of infestors.
Yeah, you see Highwind building some Mutalisks, while Shoulder is going to Colossus and adding on some more gateways. He's also still doing a lot of damage to Overlord of Highwind.
Yeah, and we see here Highwind being on top of his Overlords, actually creep spreading on Shoulder's 5th base. If I were him, I would have a closer look on this 4th, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, a couple of patches ago, mass Mutalisks were impossible for Protoss to beat. So Blizzard added the plus range for Phoenix. Remember this? We never see that used. Somehow the metagame shifted so Protoss could beat mass Muta anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix has always been a counter to Mutalisks, but with the Phoenix range, it becomes so much easier to counter those heavy balls of Mutalisks.
Yeah. And I actually only seen that upgrade in one game. It was White Draw against someone.
Yeah.
It's the only time I've seen that upgrade used.
And right now, if we go to Highwind's main, we see his High is morphing in, and he is starting to saturate his, what is it, 4th base.
Yes. Highwind finds Solar's attempt at the 4th, and despite, he cannot take it out. But look at all the Stalkers. This is a powerful army from Shoulder.
Yeah, and Shoulder.
If he can add in a couple more of Colossi in there, it will be, the classic Protoss death ball.
Yeah, and I mean, Shoulder having High Templars, Storm completing any second, Thermal Lance completing any second, having soon 3 Colossi on the field, a Void Ray, lots of Stalkers, and all of this with +3 attack.
Yeah, Highwind actually managed to cancel Shoulder's attempt at the 4th with a lot of links, and they only lost a couple of them, so that was nice play.
I gotta admit, I don't think that Highwind is going to be able to hold this death push, because there's so much AoE for Shoulder.
Yeah, and a lot of links coming in to try to just round. But the infestors, they land some fungal growth, but this is not going to be able to break it for Shoulder.
We see Shoulder supply dropping to 110, now producing 13 roaches, 2 infestors and 6 links, and this is not going to work against our +3 attack.
No, the Stalkers are ripping through all the infestors. He's taken out the 4th base and he's going to move into this natural, I feel. He still has all of his army.
Yeah, and I mean, Highwind doing a big mistake right now, not researching the Greater Spire. And when not researching that Greater Spire, you put yourself even further
And
back.
there's the GG and a sad smiley face from Highwind.
Yeah.
So, still no one has been able to... round of applause for Highwind. Yes. Still, no one has been able to beat any of our master players.